What's going on, Gorehounds, and welcome to another fan-fucking-tastic episode of the Gore and More podcast. I'm your not-so-mean, fluff mesa supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing the shit show in. However, you all know, I'm bringing the shit show in alone. For with me, as always, are my beloved horror homies. Started off with that Dark Lord of Knowledge, all the way down from the Chattahoochee. We like to call him that Chad Daddy, Mr. Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
And we have the host with the ghost, the dean of the deceased, the Lord Scuba Cabra, Mr. Steve Vasquez.
What's going on, baby?
And you know him as that killing machine, but we like to call him that delicious meat mountain, Mr. Bobby Amone.
Good evening, fuckers. Welcome to the show.
Hell yeah, today is January 20th, 2025. And well, we have a very salacious episode to talk about today.
Ooh.
And
the word there.
Right? Well, you know, I'm figuring we're going to probably use the other word a lot more, so let's try to do something different. So,
which one? There's a lot of them.
We'll get there. But no, we will be talking 1995's Species today. Not so much maybe on the horror, way more on the sci-fi, but still brought the gore. So,
oh, we lost Bobby.
And we lost Bob
already.
The code
Bob was like, you know what?
Interwebs.
He was mad that I wouldn't tell him the secret word of the day.
First person that says it, we got to scream like Pee-wee.
Oh! He just ducked out because now we can see the boobies down there. That's why he's like, I'm out.
No, I know we should do a word of the day, dude, and do it Pee-wee style. So every time it comes up, it's just like, the word of the day is horny. All right,
you're not wrong.
Yeah, if you've seen this movie, or I should say, if you haven't seen this movie, this is a very horny movie, dude. We're gonna have a fucking hilarious time talking about it. But before we do that, we're gonna do what we always do, and we're gonna talk about what we did in the last week or weekend, or maybe what we didn't do. I don't know. But Mr. Vasquez, I know you've been sick, so if you are feeling up to it,
yeah, I'm gonna try it. Fuck
all right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your Slice of Life.
You got it.
Yeah, hit it well.
All right, we're gonna let him heal. Chad Daddy, how you been, sir? Reins are in your hand.
I haven't been too bad, just trying to deal with the cold. It's pretty cold today. It's gonna be even colder. It's gonna be fucking cold tomorrow. Like it's starting at below zero, so the kids have no school the next couple of days. Let's see. So last week, normal busy work week. Friday on my day off, I was just kind of pissing around. I said, you know what? I'm going to sit here and watch a movie. And I'm looking through the movies, and I'm like, maybe watch The Substance. And that's like 2.5 hours long. And I'm like, no, not today.
That's fair.
Excuse me. I got the hiccups.
Sometimes when you see over that 2-hour mark and you got to commit, I mean? It's just like, nah, I get it, dude.
Yeah. That's not like morning movie watching for me. That's like, I'll watch something like that like later.
Fair enough.
I just don't have the energy. I'm just not awake enough to commit to something like that first thing in the morning.
Sometimes that's the most alert I am, dude. Is right when I wake up and I'm the only one up and I have that sweet special quiet dad time, bro. And then like if I catch a movie and usually that's when I am fully like.
Yeah, but Fridays are all to myself anyway. So
that's true.
So instead, I'm sitting there looking through the movies and I'm like, I found this movie called Arcadia with Nicolas Cage. So I gave it a shot. I was not disappointed. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
So I think I really would recommend it. Like I told you guys, it's very similar to A Quiet Place. But
okay.
Not. Like, obviously, they don't have to walk around, talking in sign language. But it's something along those lines where it's, after these monsters, they don't know where they came from. They just appeared one day and they just start killing like crazy. And there's just little pockets of survivors here and there.
Solid. All right.
And the monster design is really cool. And I don't want to go too much into it because I may throw it on here for later this year.
It is. All right.
And then after that, I followed it up with one of Big Johnny D's recommendations from a couple weeks ago and watched Werewolves.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did.
It's not. I feel like what I told you guys was straight up, right? Like, it's not. Don't expect this coming in fucking pulling punches and being like some A-grade movie. It's never meant to be an A-grade movie.
No.
It's meant to be a straight up B, maybe even high C. I would say B.
I'd give it a B. I'd say it's a B.
B level fucking werewolf action movie.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, did you like Dog Soldiers? You'll probably like this. And that's all you got to say.
Did like Dog Soldiers.
But I get what you say, like, as far as like the werewolf design, like the snout's like a little too long.
They look like an Acme coyote or something.
Yeah, or like a hyena or something.
Yeah. It's not bad, but it's just like
it just gives them this big, almost goofy, like grin-like look to it.
Yes, yeah, and they always look like they're like,
yeah, exactly.
maybe half the time they fucking are because there's like that one neighbor werewolf and shit. Anyways, yeah,
I'm glad. But like I said, I really enjoyed it, and like I said, they're busy trying to find a cure, blah blah blah. And I think, like I said to you, I think the easiest solution would be just to let everyone become a werewolf.
Thank you. That was literally my thought in the fucking movie. And it's just like, I feel like that, like, I don't want to become a werewolf. It's one fucking night. You'll be fine.
One night.
You know what I mean?
Year. And it could be fun. It could be the time of your life that one night.
Yeah, until 9 months later, and you're like, yo, by the way, I don't know if you remember Supermoon Night, but you totally tagged the neighbor, and you're like,
I brought that up. I mentioned that. I mentioned my thought on that movie, and that's what my fucking coworker said today. He's like, but what if there's like a lot of like sex going on, and then like 9 months later, I'm like,
yeah, but
his words were, I wonder if there'd be a population boom after that.
Well, what if the gestation isn't 9 months because you're no longer just a human? You have that wolf DNA in you also. So what if it's even faster? And what if it's multiple in your litter now?
But not even that. I'm just thinking of like, yo, man, once everybody's in werewolf brain, like, do the rules of normal society play for that night? You know what I mean? Like, are you going to get in trouble 9 months later because you fucking impregnated the white or the neighbor or some shit? You know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking know.
That's what sequels are for.
That's right.
But dude,
this felt like a sequel already. Did it?
It did. And I really want a prequel. I want to see year one. I want to see what happened that first time.
I kind of wonder if that's why they did it like that. So they could almost give us a prequel or something.
I'm hoping. Like maybe they're secretly filming the prequel already, and they're gonna drop it in like 6 months. Ha! Here you go.
I'm just sad I didn't actually get to go see that in theaters. I feel like that would have been a fun theater experience.
Same.
By the way, hello to everybody in the chat.
Yes, hello everyone. Especially Gene and Brody. No offense to anyone else, but they are
absolutely
as far as in the chats. But so yeah, then Saturday the kids went bowling. Like normally. My son in his last game bowled 4 spares, followed by 4 strikes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's better than
he's really excited. Like his third strike, you get 3 strikes and it's called a turkey. My wife filmed it and my son was just so excited. He's like, I got a turkey. I got a turkey. So yeah, so we're very, very happy and very proud of him. The kids all did pretty good as far as bowling this week.
When he got the turkey, did it still pop up with the turkey style? Like, yeah, good.
Oh, I love it.
If you don't get the turkey in the strike video, what's the point at that point?
Let's see what else happened. Then Sunday didn't do anything. Steph wasn't feeling good this weekend, so we just kind of hung out here at the house and didn't do anything.
Hell yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's really about it. Then I watched this movie, which we're going to talk about here. So, Scuba Steve, how was your weekend, buddy?
I literally laid in bed all weekend long. After the show last week, I was already feeling kind of weird because, last weekend I was sick with a stomach bug. And then I don't know what the hell happened. The flu hit me really hard. And I don't know, man. I was down for the count. I guess I just pushed myself too much trying to be like, no, I'm fine. And I was not fucking fine. So I just spent all last week in bed trying to recover, and I started to feel a little better. Didn't work the bar this weekend either because I felt like total dog shit. But I really didn't start feeling okay to get out of bed until yesterday. So we just kind of hung out in the living room and watched movies and stuff. And we ended up watching The Substance, which was.
Did you really watch? You
yeah,
watched
we
it,
watched
huh?
it. We watched
Wow.
it. Yeah. And I liked it.
Thoughts? Yeah,
I liked it. I liked it.
It's a fun movie.
Until the third act.
What? Why? The third act was
Yeah,
crazy.
wait, yeah, why?
It didn't, I don't know. It made the movie so dumb for me at that point.
We
Oh,
talked
I
about
loved that.
the introduction of the combined
Of the
characters.
third of the, yeah.
No,
the
that
third.
was
Oh,
awesome.
come on,
It
that
was
was
so
great.
I hated that part.
It was
If
so
the movie-
gross.
It was disgusting. It was gross, yes, but it didn't hit for me at all. For me, that from that point on kind of diminished the entire fucking movie for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
and usually I love stupid shit like that. And I don't know, I was just so invested in this like struggle between these two characters.
But there was titties everywhere.
There was titties
hilarious,
everywhere.
dude.
Yeah, there was titties everywhere. I mean, they didn't even vomited a fucking titty, which was fucking weird.
I'm pretty
but-
sure there was teeth in a titty at one point.
There was at the end. There was.
so-
Guys, don't ruin it for me. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, but
I
mean,
feel like this isn't
hold
ruining
on,
it. This is
Brody.
just like interest, making like, what are we
Yeah,
talking
Brody.
about?
I did not
Bro,
say
bro,
I
you
hated
think
it.
you know
I
someone.
liked it. I really, really liked the movie. I liked it a lot. It's just that third introduction to that third character, I was just like, Jesus Christ. Like it just, I don't know. It just put it on this whole different level that I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting. And then I don't know, it just, and then
Yeah,
the way it ended, like the way it began, it ends.
Yeah, I like that.
And
I
it's
enjoyed
great,
that.
but it was so fucking
Can we-
ridiculous.
Can we all agree though that Dennis Quaid has the grossest scene?
Oh yes.
my god.
No.
That's all
Oh,
we're
no.
gonna say right there. Nope.
Oh.
That's all.
That's Mel. That's Mel.
That's
Ew.
100%.
I know people.
She looked
What?
over at
Who do
me.
that?
She looked over at me and she goes, "That's me, isn't it?" And I said, "Yep, that's why I took all those pictures."
I know
Oh.
people like that. It's bad.
Do you eat with like headphones on so you can't hear anything?
I try to tune her out. I try to tune her out.
All right. So you watch The Substance. Awesome.
Yeah, so I got to watch that, and then I ended up watching this right after, which I felt kind of fit a little bit because they both happen
Yeah, a
in
little
LA.
bit.
They
Little
both happen
bit.
in LA. They both have creatures in them. You know, so they're both very horny movies. So yeah,
Yes,
and then
they are. Yes,
Very.
they are. dude.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's
But,
not
like,
even a.
Substance is horny almost in like a different way though.
yeah, Substance is horny as in it's like, you know, it's got a
Just
lot of
because
titties.
it's explaining young and horny.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And let's see what else. I gamed a little bit. I went to Game Pass.
saw you were playing fucking Brutal Legend.
Brutal
bro.
fucking legend, bro. Like, holy shit. I was just talking about that game not too long ago. I saw it was on Game Pass, so I downloaded it, started playing that again. And then I also downloaded Rise, Son of Rome. It's
Ooh,
a-
that just, dude, that was the Xbox One drop game.
that is a solid fucking game. I've
It's
never
a fun
played it.
game, dude.
After watching Gladiator 2, I'm like all about it. So this game's fucking dope. I think I'm almost done with it too. I just started playing it this morning.
I'm sad that never got a sequel because that was a solid like, and that would suck because that one dropped when the Xbox One dropped, and not a lot of people played it. But it was a fucking brutal,
Yeah.
awesome game, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
and the story's great. Hi, Mom. My mom's in the chat.
Hi, Scoob's
what's up,
mom.
mama?
Hi,
you
Scoops,
doing?
mom.
Good to see you're alive. Good to see you. I haven't heard from her. She hasn't called me all week. So.
Oh shit, we got Tim in this chat too. What's
Yeah,
up, Tim? How
Tim's
you
here.
doing?
Ooh, look
Tim
at
wants
that.
to do Lord of the Rings.
I
When
don't
are
really
you
know if
guys
that would be under
ready?
the normal guys.
Listen, if
Gore
we have hard
board, but
times watching
maybe.
2-hour movies, I'm telling you right now, I don't know about you, I'm not getting through it.
Dude, if it ever comes down to us doing Lord of the Rings, like if we're ever like I like the movies, but if we're ever like hard up for doing a movie and pick that, we got to go with the extended cuts. Like we really got to torture ourselves with the 4-hour versions.
Honestly, man, I have never watched any of them.
I fell asleep
Never
during one
wanted
of them.
to.
I'm gonna be like Randall and Clerks too if we ever have to do those fucking movies.
That's probably all I watch. I'll watch.
I'm
Clerks
gonna have to.
2
I'm
and be
gonna
like,
get
"All right, I watch."
soda and hot pockets to get.
That's all you need to do is watch Randall's rant about fucking Lord of the Rings. There you go.
It's a lot of walking.
No, they're not bad. They're not bad.
No, they're not. They're not. It's just not my go-to films. But that was it. And yeah, and now I'm here ready to talk about this movie. Bobby?
Well, what did I do this weekend? Friday, Rebecca came over. We had a game night at one of our friends' house. And that's it. We stayed out, just played some board games at their house. Saturday, we went to the city to see a friend of ours, and we were day drinking and eating. And then we went out and had dinner at a bar and kept drinking more and eating more. It was a good time to catch up with people. And then yesterday was football at my buddy's house. That was really it. That's all that I did this weekend. And then
Nice.
today I had to go to a funeral. Not to bring
so
it
nice.
down.
Condolences.
Thank you. It was Rebecca's best friend's aunt. So we went this morning. And then I came home and I watched this movie and was pretty chill for the rest of the day. That was all that I did. And watched all the memories in this movie. It's about all it was.
You know what? Hold on, pause. Mom, you need to leave the stream right now because I cannot freely talk about this movie knowing that you are watching, Mom. So I need you to leave.
No.
I will call you after the show.
Scoob's mom. No, Scoob's mom, stay. I want to watch him squirm.
Do not
Stick around.
I don't
Stick around. I want to watch him squirm.
Talk about
You know what? This is kind of one of those moments where it's really funny when you're at like a family reunion and if you got like a dirty grandma.
Yeah.
Grandma's just looking around. She's like, you know what? Y'all are here because I fucked. Know that.
But that was my weekend, hanging out with my fiance and our friends. John.
All righty, let's see. I had a pretty chill fucking weekend, dude. So the Friday, wife and I got a little adult time, so we went and fucking got some food, and then we went and saw Wolfman.
We'll take adult time.
Yeah. And Wolfman was pretty solid, dude. I enjoyed it. I could see why people maybe not like it. I wanted a little bit more, but at the same time, like thinking about it after the fact, I think it's pretty solid, like nice, quick take on the Wolfman. I know we got all those weird fucking shots from Universal last year when shit was leaked, and that shit looked fucking pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, man. I like the design in the movie. It to me reminds me of a Lon Chaney Wolfman, but gross and appropriate for our times now of like how we want things to just look. That being said, I would say check. You know what, man? Like Blumhouse usually is a 50-50, and I wouldn't even say that. Usually it's like 60-40 and 60 I don't
I'd say
like.
70-30 crap to good movie ratio.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I'm kind of in agreement with you, dude. I could think of more that I dislike than I like.
Like Invisible Man was cool. I did like that.
Invisible Man was solid.
That was done really well.
If you liked Invisible Man, see, I don't know. That maybe I shouldn't say that because this is from the director Invisible Man, so I take it as that.
Yeah.
But dude, like I said, like I think everybody was good. The mom, I didn't care for her, and I think it was just because the actress looks so much younger than what she should in comparison to the daughter and the father. But that's just my own personal take.
So would you say she's a MILF?
Yeah, but it would be really weird saying it because she looks like she's 22. Like, so the dad looks to me appropriate for like our age, right? Probably late 30s, early 40s at best. The mom looks like she just came out of fucking college, but the daughter's 11. So I'm like, my math's not fucking mathing here, dude. Like, this just ain't fucking. But it's I don't know. I thought it was pretty solid. I was very excited to talk to Brody as soon as we got out. The wife liked it too, so that's all. You know, I didn't even. I didn't even care if it wasn't good. I just wanted to get out to see a horror movie in the theaters. That was like
I
my
asked
honest goal.
Brody his opinion of it, and it was like voice message after voice message after voice
Oh
message.
yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, sorry about all the voice messages, mate." I'm like, I don't care. I love them.
No, I
That's
fucking
great.
love them, dude. I'm sad when I can't get to them all at once. Like if I could
Like,
listen to two,
I would
and I get
just get done
distracted, and I'm like,
I would just get done listening to one, and then another one pop up, and then another one.
yeah, but I fucking like I said, like if something like distracts me in the midst of listening to that, I'm like, no, shh. It's like I'm trying to like watch TV or something. But no, that was solid. And then let's see, what the fuck did we do Saturday? I don't think we did fucking shit, dude. Pretty much just fucking hung out all weekend, man. Did some gaming, did some, normal bullshit chores, all that shit. What the fuck? So played a little bit more Outlast, but I did get I can't remember if I mentioned this last week. I did buy Phasmophobia again on console. So that's pretty solid. And I don't know if it's because they just dropped it on console like in October or whatever, but there's like a bunch more updates that they already just announced that are coming out, and they're expanding it even more and shit. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So that's kind of cool that I didn't just buy an old game that's not going to get some life breach. But then, played some of that, played some Marvel Rivals, dude. Fucking little Fortnite Godzilla action. Godzilla in Fortnite is fucking awesome and really hard, but it's fun. And I wish you could be like any character, but you only get to be Godzilla. Because I'm like, no, man, I got Kong. I want to be fucking big ass Kong. But other than that, I did watch another horror movie, and I know the boys and I talked about it all this week, but we're actually reviewing it August, I believe, or maybe September. But that was Autopsy of Jane Doe. And I gotta say, I hate myself for sleeping on that fucking movie, dude.
It's a fucking good movie.
That movie's
It's a
almost
good
10
movie,
years
bro.
fucking old, and I've never seen it, dude. And I don't know why I never gave it a chance.
I was still back and forth on whether I want to pop my cherry for the show or watch it now.
Oh man, I don't know. I almost kind of
Cherry.
want you to save it, bro.
Pop your cherry.
Yeah, save it.
Joe.
Save it.
Save it.
All right, I'll save it.
Like, I'm gonna enjoy that second watch anyways, because that's enough of a time to where it's like, all right, dude, that's like a 9-month gap. I'll forget some shit, right? But then I'll be watching it with the wife, so I'll be more or less watching her watch it for the first time, which will be awesome for me too.
I love doing that. I
know that's sometimes even more
That is
entertaining than
exactly.
the movie.
Yes, because I get to see her reaction. Like I love watching movies with her. She usually gets scared though.
That's what's the fun part about it, dude. That's why, like, Jen's like, well, what kind of is it? I was like, supernatural. She's like, fuck. She's like, I could deal with like serial killers and shit like that. She's like, I don't like ghost shit. She's like, I'm like, yeah, I get it. But all right. Then I watched this movie, to which I am totally ready to fucking talk about right now, and that is 1995's Species. I believe this is a Bobby pick. Okay, Bob.
It's a Robert pick.
Robert picked it.
Plot rundown is
Papa Memory.
According to Melody, Robert picked it.
That's right. Plot rundown, homie. Take it away.
In 1993, a search for extraterrestrial life, a transmission was received detailing an alien DNA structure, along with instructions on how to splice it with human DNA. If that's not a red flag, fuck you. The result is Syl, a sensual but deadly creature who can change from a beautiful woman to an armor-plated killing machine in the blink of an eye. Government agent Xavier Fitch assembles a team of scientists and mercenaries to locate and destroy Syl before she manages to find a mate and breed. Directed by Roger Donaldson, Cocktail, Dante speak. Written by Dennis Feldman, The Golden Child, Virus. Produced by Dennis Feldman, just one of the guys, dead again. Frank Mancuso Jr. Where do we know that? Friday the 13th, Part 3, as well as every one of them through Part 8. And Back to the Beach. Who wants the cast?
Scoobs.
All right. Starring Natasha Henstridge, Ghosts of Mars, The Whole Nine Yards as Syl. Ben Kingsley, Gandhi, Iron Man 3 as Xavier Fitch. Michael Madsen, Free Willy, Kill Bill, as Preston Press Lennox. I swear to God, if my mom jumps in about Free Willy, I'm going to lose my shit. Alfred Molina, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Spider-Man 2, as Dr. Stephen Arden. Forrest Whitaker, Body Snatchers, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, as Dan Smithson.
Yo, why wasn't his eye not fucking lazy in this movie?
It
What are you
was.
talking about? Yes,
Was
it was.
It was.
Yeah.
I don't know,
How'd you
man. I
not
swear to God,
notice?
like I watch some movies and there's like some where it's really bad and other times where it's not. And it's just like they fixed in those Marvel movies. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Get that Marvel money.
I did not pay
Anyways,
attention.
who else we got,
Alright.
Scoobs?
Marg Hellenberger, CSI, The Tommyknockers, is Dr. Laura Baker. Whip Hubley, Top Gun, Executive Decision, is John Kerry. Anthony Guerrera, Undercover Heat, Armageddon, as Robbie. And Michelle Williams, Dawson's Creek, Venom, as Young Syl.
Sorry, guys. I forgot to give you a body count. It's 11.
Body
Oh.
count, 11.
All right. Thank you for that.
Shut your mouth, woman.
Oh
Right
my
now.
God.
Did Scoops
There-
cry during Free Willy?
Please,
No.
please give us a story.
Yes, and that was-
There is no
Yes, and
goddamn
that-
proof that I cried during that fucking movie.
Bullshit
and that was
your
just
mother
last
didn't
week.
tell us.
I
Ah!
mean, bro, listen, when that Michael Jackson track hits, dude, how could you hold me? All to the wind. Yeah. Steve's there in the living room, like, come on.
She swears, and anytime Free Willy's brought up, she brings up this fucking story. So I might as well just fucking say it. She swears that I like cried, like not just a little bit, that I was like inconsolable during the Free Willy movie. And I don't remember that shit.
Well, no, you you were traumatized. You blocked it out.
That's very possible. I mean, that was like, was that 95 or was that pre 95? Was that 93?
Oh, I don't know. I was young.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude,
I
like,
would say 95.
I'm like, you were clearly single digits when that was out. Like,
They yeah, because my parents were still together, so I was under the age of 11. So
yo, man, I get it.
yeah. No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Goddamn Michael Jackson. Just bringing
Fuck
it
that movie, man. Fuck that movie.
in. Scubas. Or, I'm sorry, Chad Daddy.
Music.
I was
by
like, what? I'm right here.
I'm just
Music
saying you're
by-
handsome. That's all.
Yeah.
Especially when he cries like a baby.
Oh, whatever.
He was a baby.
Yeah, I was a baby. Damn it.
Music by Christopher Young. Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, Spider-Man 3. Cinematography by Andrzej Bartkowiak. Falling Down. The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down.
Fuck yeah, dude. Great movie.
Speed?
Speed 2. No.
Cruise Control. Edited by Conrad Buff. Spaceballs. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Effects and makeup by Richard Edlund. Masters of the Universe, Alien 3, as well as Steve Johnson FX. Poltergeist 2, The Other Side, and The Abyss. Distributed by MGM Pictures. Runtime of 108 midgets. Rated R. Budget of 35 mil and grossed 113.3 mil. It did pretty
All
good.
right. So they made their money back.
Yes, they
Yo,
did.
quick. Let's go back. Yo, Conrad Buff. That dude has not only Spaceballs, which is a fantastic movie, but
Mhm.
fucking Terminator 2 under his listings for his jobs. That's
Mhm.
way too different calibers of movie.
Yeah.
And I love them both. Like,
Yep.
Exactly.
that's
Like that those two movies right there could, like, you could retire on those two movies saying you did those.
I just got Spaceballs on a double disc with
ooh.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which we will be watching in a couple weeks.
That's why I bought it, because I saw
Was it
Little
go-
Shop of
was
Horrors
it-
and I was like,
Was
hell
it
yeah.
the like the Rick Moranis collection or something like that? Like,
Oh, I don't know. I
That's too
picked
bad.
that up. I picked up Cabin in the Woods on Blu-ray at Walmart.
Okay.
They have like
Real
the
quick.
Valentine horror movies out.
Oh,
I got
haven't
something
been
to
to
admit
Walmart
right
lately.
away.
I'll have to look.
I have never seen Little Shop of Horrors.
It's a musical.
I know it is. but I've
I
never
saw it when I was a kid. I don't remember a lot of it. I remember Bill Murray is really weird and likes pain, and
I can't wait to talk about that because I absolutely fucking love that movie.
we got to come in with all that shit stuffed in our mouths. All right. So yeah, let's fucking discuss this movie, dude. So this was Bob's pick.
seen it. Shall we just get the camel out, the elephant
No.
out of the room? It's got
Well,
titties.
Yes, it
Yes.
does. It's a very horny movie, as we
Yes, it
mentioned.
is.
And well, was this anybody's first time watching this? This
Really?
was Scuba's first time.
Wow.
watching
Really?
I had never seen this movie before.
I saw it
Okay.
in theaters.
I want to
it.
hear you.
Damn.
Go.
All right. Interesting.
Scoops.
So yeah,
go.
Scoops for first takes then. Let us
So
know.
for it being my first time watch, I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I loved the characters. I thought what I genuinely liked was the group of people that they got together to try to track down this human
Yes.
alien hybrid. They didn't just have like this badass bounty hunter or FBI agents. They had an empath, which means that shit like that, paranormal stuff exists in this universe. And I loved that aspect of it.
Without even any explanation, right? It's just there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just, the dude can read, people's feelings and shit. So I loved that. That his character alone sold the movie for me. I'm like, this is such a, and I'm so glad he didn't fucking die. Spoilers, but
It's been out a while. I think
95.
it's for Doc Ock. But hey, at
that's
least,
because he was the only one that wasn't horny in this movie.
well,
That's why.
I think what it was is she didn't see him as a threat. Is
Yeah,
what
I
it
can see
was.
that.
Yeah, but I also take it as, dude, like, listen, she didn't see Doc Ock as a threat, but he was just horny in there, right? Like,
he just
fucking-
walked in on her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Took
I was
advantage
gonna
of
say,
the opportunity.
She didn't see him
And that's
as a
only-
threat. She saw that as opportunity.
that's only because she wanted to go to Harlan Williams Light and fucking have his dick, but he was already busy. So
Yeah, he was super busy getting.
can I just
out.
say Michael Madsen has a total, very specific '90s look going on
Yes.
in this movie, dude. And it just all I could think of was Harlan Williams, and I'm like, dude, you could almost like split up, like flip him. And
In the second one, dude, his look like it's like a little bit more.
does he carry over in the second one? No shit.
Oh
Yeah.
him.
I never seen the second one, so
Him and the blonde-haired lady, I believe, are the only ones that carry over to the second one.
I
but
think
the
so.
blonde haired chick plays like not herself again, but her clone, but then like another person too, right? In that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Actually,
Species 2 is
the-
actually it's a good, very good sequel.
The other woman, the female doctor's in it too.
The redhead?
That's
Yeah.
that's what I was
Okay.
talking about.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I started
her
watching that
haircut.
one last night.
Her haircut in this movie was so awful. It was like some grandma. Fucking.
You still wouldn't give a shit if she dropped down on her knees and told you to stand the fuck up.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That haircut, you wouldn't have given two flying fucks about the haircut.
And
This movie was horny.
It was a very, very, very sexual movie, but I love that it wasn't like that because they were just like, oh, let's make a horny movie. It was like that because and it had a purpose for it though, because she was trying to mate. For whatever reason, this signal was sent to us. This creature that was created, the ultimate purpose was to create life that would then again keep continuing the cycle to, I guess, eradicate humans.
So these are she's a Saiyan.
She's a fucking Saiyan. Yeah,
Right.
she's
Like-
a fucking Saiyan.
But instead of fighting, she's fucking.
So she's Cell,
Yeah.
really. Like she's like a Cell.
She's perfect cell. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. But and I thought
Yeah,
it was a really
right,
solid
that's
thing.
right.
The only thing that took me out of this movie was the fucking CGI.
It was.
The
And you know what?
CGI
That is completely fair. That's fine because it was pretty bad.
The CGI, the CGI in this was right up there with the CGI in fucking Alien 3. Like just horrible. And,
You know
and
what though?
At least it's one small step above the CGI in Mortal Kombat.
I was gonna say, I was like, it's better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation, dude.
True.
Like, I'll give it that.
True.
And that's 2 years after the fact.
Well, even the first Mortal Kombat with that fucking awful reptile that came out the same year.
Hey man, say whatever you want. But that reptile Liu Kang fight has got one of the most banger tracks that you'll ever fucking get.
The fight is great. The CGI reptile was awful though.
Like, what was Johnny Cage doing the whole time, dude? He was just out there DJing that song. Like, he was
I love that fucking meme. That was great.
But no, so like, all right, first things first, let's talk title card because completely blatant rip of Aliens, I'm assuming. Like, not exactly, but it feels very just the way because the S comes in instead of the L and the way
I
it
know, but
expands.
I was
Yeah.
as I was watching that, and I'm like, this opening title card is cell drawn animation, and it looks terrible.
Horrible.
I liked it.
I hate
I liked it. It made
Yeah,
me
it
feel
didn't bother
comfy.
me.
It made me feel comfy for a time because it it literally put me in that 1995 fucking scope, dude.
Gene says, "Would you bang? It needs to be a new category."
First of
The
all, that's
answer
not
is
even
yes.
a fair question because you already. Yeah, thank you.
We're all going to say yes.
Everybody
literally
is
had that
Doc
written
Ock in
down
the.
here to ask you guys, would you,
Yes.
yes,
How
of
would you?
course. Smash or pass?
Well, the
Smash it.
difference would be like, would you, knowing that she
Well,
wasn't human?
here's
That
the
would be the
thing.
difference.
Yeah, that's
right?
I would smash, but she wouldn't smash me because I'm diabetic. So I would just get killed.
Oh shit! Well, you
Yeah.
would get
No,
killed.
wait,
You'd
wait,
only
wait,
get killed
wait,
if you were like.
wait.
trying to
Hold
date
on.
rape her, like,
Back
you.
it up a second. She only killed when she was threatened.
True that. So she wouldn't have chose me anyway.
She was
so
exactly. She was killing in self-defense.
I would have been
That
safe.
guy wasn't. That guy was not going to let her
That's it.
leave.
Yeah,
That dude was
douche.
getting date rapey.
He was getting
real
rapey.
quick.
Very
Yeah,
rapey.
very rapey.
So,
But you know,
Yeah, no.
and so like even from the get-go, like it's a really cool story. We get to see Syl as a kid break out of this facility. They think they're gonna kill her with cyanide gas, and it just ends up going haywire. She's on the run, and the metamorphosis scene when she's on the train and those tendrils start coming out of her.
Oh,
I didn't
love
think
that
that
could've
looked
been-
that looked.
terrible.
That was the better part of the CGI.
No,
No,
that was bad. That was
really
bad.
Okay,
I
well,
wish that would have been a practical effect, and I feel that would have
it
looked
should have been.
way cooler.
It
way
should have
cooler.
been. I didn't personally think it looked terrible, but I also wasn't watching it on like a big fucking TV. I was watching it on my phone.
I
So-
thought it looked.
It
I
probably
thought the
does look
CGI
better.
looked more worse later in the film than like.
Yes, I would agree, Bob. 100%.
Because later
it
on,
felt
when
like-
you see the alien design, I'm like, that CGI looks like shit.
It looked like a
compared to the
PS1
tendrils.
video game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be appropriate for the time.
Brody, yes. So here's the other thing that the follow-up to that question.
Brody, my mom is in the chat. God
Oh
damn.
my god!
He didn't ask if you would, he just said he would. Anyways,
Still.
but
I hate my life.
fuck. No, going back to the train scene though, I thought her whole like weird cocoon thing, I thought that was awesome. It looked gross.
That was
Like-
that was cool.
Yeah, it looked cool. But like I said, the tendrils coming out. But like the actual cocoon was really cool. And then, I mean, that's when we kind of get the first real glimpse of what she looks like. We don't get like a full glimpse, but we get to see kind of like what her
Yeah, dude.
exoskeleton or whatever the fuck you want to call it, her
Yeah, I call
alien
that.
form
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah.
I
Hard-
really
that
felt
was really
sorry
cool. Did she-
for the.
Did she feast on that lady, or did she
No.
just like kill her?
She just
No.
killed her.
No, she just killed her.
I felt
No,
Because
sorry
it looked
for
like
the
she
woman.
kind of like
was
pulled
nice
her
to
in there, but I wasn't sure.
No, they find her body.
No, I know,
Yeah.
and that's why I was just like, well, that's weird. I was like, so I didn't know maybe if it was like she was taking the sustenance enough, but I still feel like the body should have been like,
Well,
like dried out. or
I
something at
felt
that point.
sorry for that woman, but she killed her just so she could get obviously the clothes.
She was
'Cause
the
you see her
only
walk
one
out.
that was like decent
Nice to her.
and was
nice to her. Like,
But
Well-
I feel that goes back to the animal instinct of it. Again,
Mhm.
she's in this cocoon. She doesn't really know what the hell's going on with her as well. So when the lady walks in, I'm pretty sure it frightened her. And that was another reason that she got killed, was because she just wrong place, wrong
Yeah.
time. You know,
Right,
you
right,
corner
yep.
you corner an animal, the animal's gonna attack. And so that's what happened in that sense. Now, once she starts murdering on purpose, like the woman in the bathroom, that was
yeah.
completely 100% because
That was territorial, right?
that
there,
was
yo.
territorial
That was.
right there.
No, it's so going back to your earlier question, Steve. I feel like the part 2 of that would be, because you got to think of it. I feel like you should almost just take the yes, right? Because even if you say no, like she still killed that dude in the jacuzzi tub.
Yeah.
And he wasn't
She
being a
did.
dick or anything like that. You know what I mean? He was just like, yeah, no, let's take it slow. She didn't like that either. So
She wanted dick right then and there.
yeah, dude. She literally she went hentai on him, dude.
Yeah,
I don't even
that
know
was-
how else to
holy
explain
shit.
that, bro.
It
I was just like,
the nipple tentacles.
yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, we are getting into some Japanese anime shit right now. Oh, fuck,
Like I
dude,
said, I
man.
do feel that the creature in this movie, I said it before you hopped on,
Yeah.
The creature in this movie is closer to what we should have gotten in Romulus, as far as a human alien hybrid. And I feel like this movie could fit
Ooh.
into that realm of movie.
Okay. So let's go with that, right? So the code comes from the engineers. Or maybe somebody took the engineer's code and manipulated it like a David situation and then sent that out.
David sent it to Earth.
In the
Oh,
past.
I can totally.
You could see it
Well,
through a time vortex
in another galaxy.
Yeah, I don't know though. David was really into the whole black goo thing, so
yeah, no, but I'm saying like if he broke the black goo down to like a mathematical equation and then combined,
Which is
you know what I
what
mean?
they-
Like,
essentially
which
he
is
did
what they
anyway.
here.
right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but I mean, and this,
dig
like
with
I said, this would fit into that. I mean, maybe not time wise, but this story, a story like this could fit. And I feel like this, this is what the creature should have been in Romulus instead of what we got.
right.
It would have been much more scarier. What I
Yeah,
also
then David
like is
then fucking 8-foot tall Zuckerberg.
I also like how they
God, I never heard
they
of what that was. That's
explain
great.
how this DNA, how they spliced it together to make it with the human and the alien DNA. I love that whole buildup, watching her grow, and in a few days, baby, it's a grown human. It's like a 14-year-old girl, and then 2 days later, she's like a 22, 23-year-old woman. It's like, could you imagine if we actually had something like that? Like,
no,
that would be insanity to it.
First of all, man, her whole like I don't even know, not metabolism, but whatever you want to say, like her whole body makeup and everything, it's way too fast. Bro, she was instantaneously pregnant and gave birth to a 4-year-old child.
Well, it's kind of like The Fly too, when his son grew, he was 5 years old, but he looks like a 30-year-old man. Like,
and you know what?
Like shit like that makes you go, God, what if?
Okay, so with that, you could blame it on because essentially this process was still cloning her, right? Like it was taking what you knew of a genetic makeup and making it from there. And same thing with Fly too. It's clone. I mean, that's always kind of the. But here's my thing: is like if she gives birth, is it like? But she didn't die. You know what I mean? Like it'd be one thing if like she dies, but this movie already set up sequels in the first like 10 minutes of the fucking movie. They're like, yeah, we did this one and we had 2 more that we put on ice.
Yeah, and that's I don't know if that's ever I don't know if that's ever explored because I know there's 2 more, there's 3, and then there's the Awakening.
Well, so and I started watching part 2 last night. I got like the first maybe like 15, 20 minutes in, and Eve is the genetic copy of Syl. So it's one of the other embryos that was on ice that they brought out.
That would make sense. Okay.
And with Brody's comment, Kingsley nearly killing everyone in that room. Yo, that scene as a kid scared me. Dude, that fucking thing was growing.
Fuck him
fast as fuck
for that, because there was more than enough time to fucking let them out, close the door, and then burn everything.
That scene was scary as a kid.
Fucking protocol.
Scary. Listen, I love scenes like that, dude. We got it in Aliens. We get it in so many more where it's just that panic mode and it's some douchebag behind the controls, right? Like,
I mean, technically, you even kind of get it in the first Alien because Ripley didn't want to let Kane in with the facehugger on his face, and it was.
Which, to be fair, you know what? She was right the whole time, though.
She was.
That's the flip side of that. She was right. Everybody else in these situations has always been wrong.
Right,
you know
because
I mean?
and that alien in there is not going to have a chest burster come out. But then again, they didn't know that. But yeah, like you said, she was just right.
But I mean, we don't know. We don't know what was going to happen. We have no idea what was growing or what would have came from that mass that was growing in that lab.
I know. I wanted to see that play out further and see what that thing turned into.
And I was the weird like tentacle thing, right?
Yeah.
Or what would it have done if it got inside a human? Like if it grows at a rate, like what would it do?
I will say I didn't mind how fast like she grew and how fast she was pregnant and then had the baby.
No, it's cool.
What I hated, what I fucking absolutely fucking hated was the look of the goddamn kid alien when he fucking hopped up on that rock and he just looked fucking stupid.
He looked like a rooster.
Yeah, that one he
looked
looked too fast.
Fucking stupid. Like they took no time. You know what? They just there you go. That's good enough. Yeah, you know, let's just CGI some shit. That's fine.
I'm not gonna lie. Almost at that point of the movie, though, I don't care. You know what I mean? Because we know where it's ending, so I'm just like, I don't know. I get the argument though. But so let's go back to all right. First and foremost, going into this movie, and we've told Steve that this was a horny movie, so it was probably weird. I imagine starting off the movie with a 12-year-old.
Yeah,
right.
Very.
So you're just like,
I'm like,
what are we doing here?
Oh, I'm like, is that Michelle Williams?
I forgot that was her.
I told Mel, I said, hey, you know who that is? She's like, yes. I said, who is it? And she's like, I said, Greatest Showman. She's like, oh shit, damn, she's young. She's like, and the guy said this was a horny movie. I said, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, man.
You know what's mind blowing?
Hey, now we're not entertaining anyone here.
At the end, when they showed the kid, she's like, I had looked down at my phone or something, and she's like, oh my god, they just showed a little boy's penis. I'm like, what? She's like, they just showed little boy penis. And I'm like, well, good thing I was looking down at my fucking phone and I missed that. See? And I said, but to be fair, they should do it in Superman also.
It's anime, dude.
Yeah.
How many times do you see Goku's little dick in Dragon Ball, bro?
All the time.
Watching this movie and seeing Michelle Williams, I'm like, God, 3 years later, you were a teenager in Halloween H2O. That was a little bit of a mind fuck.
Yeah, but she's way older than you, Bob, so you're fine.
No, I know that, but like, she just looks so much younger here. And then you see that, it's like, whoa, that was a fast grow up in 3 years.
But so once she becomes an adult, though, man, like, I don't know. I love her staking out the whole thing, like just learning on the fly, right?
Yeah.
Like seeing people exchange the cash and the cards and being like, okay, clearly I need that.
Learning how to drive.
Yeah.
But not learning how to put gas in.
Yeah.
No. But that was I like that though. I like that she just drove it to where it just couldn't drive anymore. It was just like get out and walk away.
She's essentially my daughter Sam, who now has her license but doesn't know how to put gas in a car.
Oh, she did get her license.
She got her license. She passed her test on Thursday.
Oh,
yeah. All right.
So Mel has successfully taken 2 of my children to get their driver's license because she took Damien to get his license, and she now took Sam. I couldn't go because I was sick as fuck, so she took her, and she passed.
Yeah.
Good job, Melody.
How does she not know how to put gas in the car? Did she run it out? Is that what you're saying?
No. She wanted to take my car. She wanted to take my car because she might actually still be down. I don't know. She might be at her girlfriend's house. But she came down and she's like, oh, can I go to Sonic? And I'm like, yeah, but you got to put gas in my car because I didn't put any gas because I don't plan on going anywhere. And she's like, all right, I put gas, but I don't know how. And I'm like, tell your brother to go with you. And Damien's like, God damn it, why do I have to go? And I said, just go with your sister, show her how to put gas in the fucking car. It'll be something y'all can bond over and a story to tell later on.
Bondo, really?
Yeah.
How the fuck did she not put gas in the car in the time she had to do her permit to this?
I don't fucking know, man.
It's not that hard.
She's my spoiled princess. Leave her the fuck alone.
It's not that hard.
Dude. Man, I'm sitting here thinking like by the time my daughter's old enough to drive, I'm gonna teach her how to change a tire and everything.
Yeah,
that's the first thing, dude. That's the first thing I was ever taught before even driving a car. It was like, you know how to change a tire? Nope. Get down and figure it out. No. I mean, that was my grandfather, by the way. That was way different.
Exactly. I was about to say my grandpa taught me all that shit that I needed to know.
I don't even remember being
but
taught,
you know,
I somehow just did it. I'm probably wrong.
It's something we never got around to do, and she was always with her friends, so I never fucking showed her. And
that's all good.
Big brother showed her how to put gas, so she now knows how to put gas.
Full learning experience.
Yeah, she was like, "I'll just FaceTime you," and I'm like, "No, fucking take your brother with you."
Did he teach her about the little gauge and the arrow shows you where it is on the car?
Yeah. Well, she knows that. That she knows.
You'd be surprised how many people don't fucking know that.
Yeah,
you're right.
Very Brody, very spoiled. Yes.
Anyways, let's go back to this movie. So yeah, once she gets to LA, like learns all her kind of shit. I mean, I don't know. I like her like all on the hunt. Like all that like midsection was actually really good.
Which was
usually that's where
yeah.
I mean,
Plus,
but like learning the ways of other women and shit, and just like I said, just always learning all the shit on the fly
and learning how to hold someone hostage to show that she maybe have died in that car. Like
That was a very smart move.
I love that.
The cutting of the finger and everything. Hell yeah, man.
But I also love that even though they all say, well, maybe she is, some people are just like, it's way too easy. Why would she do that? You know what I mean? So I like the suspicion as well with that.
Yeah, Madsen was like, no, she's not dead. That's way too easy.
This is too easy. Why would something with this knowledge and able to do all of this? Why?
Not only that, but it's like I feel like
she set a trap too.
The empath dude should have been able to tell that she was not gone.
Well, I think he said he's like something's not right.
Yeah,
eventually, right? But I don't think it was right away. I think Madsen was first on that, wasn't he? Or maybe
it was in the same scene when they're coming up, and he's just like, "Nah, something's not right." And Madsen's like, "This is."
And he was trying to tell them, and then Doc Ock was like, "Screw it, let's just get drunk."
Doc Ock was horny as fuck in this movie, dude. That dude was looking for some strange. Like,
I also love the scene. He gets him what do you call this? It's a Long Island iced tea. Oh, so there's tea in this? Nope.
No. I love Long Island iced teas, bro.
Oh, dude, they're so good.
I do have a question for you boys.
Go ahead.
And I didn't really pay that close attention to it, but there's the scene where they're all standing outside of the house and Syl is in the car watching them.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the doctor, the main guy, the one that put the team together, he's talking to the team and saying, we're going back to the club. And she's saying what he's so is she telling him to say that?
Yeah. No, she was reading his lips.
No, I was like reading lips.
Oh, okay. See, because I
interpreted it.
She's fucking telepathic too.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I thought. That's what I took it as.
No, I
took it as she could read lips. But maybe, wait a minute. You might.
Wow, that's a way different.
If she could do that, if she could do that, she wouldn't have needed to really try and pick up men. She could have just.
But
that's true.
But I thought maybe because they had a bond, because he was kind of like he was always there with her.
I just took it more as like I thought it went with that because there's at one point when she finally meets up with the empath there, and they almost have like a weird like meeting of the minds, I feel. And that's where I was just like, okay, maybe it's still that. That's wow, I never took it as the reading of the lips.
But in that same scene, after he's done saying that, though, I mean, maybe I'm looking at it just because of the camera angle. He is looking in the direction of her. I mean,
yeah, he was.
It looks very obvious that, like, you're looking at her.
He's glazed over too, though, so that's why I kind of was like, I figured like it was more like straight up, like she was like controlling him right through his eyes or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think
you might not be.
She was just reading his lips, and that's how she knew how to spring her little trap on them.
See, but even his plan felt weird, I thought, and that's why I thought she was doing it, because I thought she was like misdirecting them so she could go back out or whatever.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. Like I thought it was like a mind control thing to misdirect them so that she could go, get laid.
Like be like, yeah, you guys go do that. I'll go over here instead. Like
and make babies. Like,
can we also talk about that scene, dude, and how that was possibly the funniest part with the fucking random drop down squirrel? Like, what the fuck was that?
Oh my god.
This is fucking Christmas Vacation, dude. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. And
that was literally just done for a really cheap jump scare.
And I'm sorry, I don't know what it is, but the way Michael Madsen holds his gun in this movie bothers me. Because
you should.
Yeah, he's just like he's holding it really weird and like I don't know, he's not like at the ready or something. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he should be like double handing that shit. He's just like walking around with like 1940s detective, like, she like especially right after the squirrel, because when she drives away and they all run out because they see the car, and for some reason Michael Madsen's got to do the cool thing where he jumps on the car so he could see, but he doesn't stand all the way up. He squats down, so he's still at the same fucking height as everybody else, but he's got to look cool because he's crouching on a fucking car holding his gun.
That's Michael Madsen for you.
I'm like, what the fuck is it? I don't know why that scene irritated me the most out of everything in this movie, but I was just like, why did he do that? I'm like, if you're gonna jump up there to get the height advantage and stand the fuck up so you can see where she's going, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna squat down.
But also, I'm gonna jump ahead here a little bit. Let's also not forget the badass flamethrowers they had in this movie. I want one of those.
Gene Seagal takes a whole nother level of shit, dude. That
Yeah,
I can't. You're right. You're not.
He says it's no worse than Seagal. Is there anything worse than Seagal?
Not much.
Not anything that comes to mind at the moment.
No.
Seagal's pretty bad. I can do like prime Seagal, but man, anything after like his like 80s hiatus, dude, it's just all
yeah, it's not good.
It's woof. But no, Bob, you said the flamethrowers. No, man, the ending scene was once again, man, I feel like this movie was just like, yo, man, we gotta make this badass like Aliens.
So we gotta put him in a confined space.
Yeah, dude.
We
Flamethrowers
don't have space. We don't have a ship. Let's put them underground.
And also,
his grenade gun was that explosion would be 10 times bigger.
When they were in the sewer and they were trying to track her down.
Yes.
And the fucking empath is saying, she went this way, let's go this way. And everyone's like, no. She went, let's go this way. And you come with me and we're going that way. Like, you think by now they'd know to fucking listen to the guy that can actually sense where she is.
Yeah. I mean, he did it all on them. They should all realize that the dude's like legit. You know what I mean? So,
he's not there because he's like some kind of cheap carny trick. You know, he's there because he's legit.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? Kind of going back to that point, movies don't really do shit like that anymore. At least not that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of like 80s, 90s movies, and sometimes that's where the cheese comes from, right? But they would just insert a character that could do this shit, and there was no explanation. There was none needed. It just was like, hey, we're accepting this as this universe. And I don't know. Like, I'm glad Steve brought that up because, like I said, dude, that's what I totally forgot about that. And then I was just like, oh, we're straight up doing this. Okay, cool. And oh, by the way, you know, maybe why I didn't think this CGI was as bad as you guys is because I also watched Spawn this weekend. So you know, in comparison,
makes sense. Yeah,
you know, you mentioned movies that have a character like that and which no explanation, everybody accepts it. Like, I want to see a fucking movie where they gather a bunch of people together and they you know, one of the people they assemble was like a magic user. Oh, we use him because he's a magic user. And he's like, I'm just a stage magician. I pull rabbits out of hats and do card tricks.
Yeah, but what was that movie where
he got there because he lied on his application?
What was the movie with the four magicians there with Woody Harrelson?
Nice.
Yeah, that was pretty good, dude. And Now You See Me Too. I don't know. Those are pretty fun.
But I want to see like the Avengers, and they gather up this guy, and he's like, I'm just a stage magician.
That's like a Robot Chicken fucking episode.
Oh, that would be great. Wow.
See, like, I feel like you'd have to keep it like how this empath was. You don't want it to go to like superhero level, right? Like, you want it to just be just weird enough on the cusp where it's like, okay, I can believe this. But I don't know.
That guy was weird enough. You see him and you're like, he's probably a virgin.
I thought he was I didn't know if he was gay at first.
I don't know, man.
Dude, he seemed very gay in that drinking scene.
Think about it.
Well, I'm just saying the way he was kind of hitting on fucking
Dr.
I felt like he was hitting on Doc Ock a little bit.
He was when they were drinking. They like rubbed his shoulder and everything.
I don't think dude's a virgin. Let me tell you why. If you could sense everybody's feelings at every fucking point in time,
he's not a manipulator, Steve.
He's not going. He's not.
But
he can't manipulate it, but he can tell if there's a vibe or not. So if
wasn't that a Mel Gibson movie already that we watched? No, not that we watched.
But I'm just saying, if he could feel, then, you know, whether he was, you know, gay or straight, whatever, if he's going up to somebody that he's interested in,
right,
he can automatically tell if there's a vibe or not. And if not, then hey, whatever.
You would
maybe he gets, you know, lonely one day and just goes up to somebody he's really not that interested in, and he gets the vibe, and he, you know.
I mean, I guess we can't throw out the option that the dude just could be bi too. So
yeah,
maybe just
yeah,
holds
it's
possible.
Yeah. I did laugh at the scene when Syl was like, take your pants off. Like, no romance, no nothing. Just like, let's get to it. I looked over at Mel and I said, that's you. That's you right
Yeah,
there.
but are
She's
you?
like,
That's not a
Are you
bad thing.
complaining?
no, it is a bad thing. I am a man and I want to be romanced.
He wants to be
Oh,
the little spoon,
shut
damn it.
up.
Hey, listen, it all depends on how much time you got and shit, dude. And if all the kids are in the house or whatever. So
Steve's just sitting there playing Xbox. She just walks in, take your pants off.
No, and it's happened before.
listen, that is the best. What are you talking about?
I'm not complaining.
Especially if you're
Take
playing
your pants off.
multiplayer and you start doing shitty and your teammates are like, why are you doing crappy? And you're like, well,
Or if you're doing a podcast.
yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Podcast. That's possible. Is your mom still in the chat? Anyway.
No, she's not. Yeah, she's not.
Oh.
I wish I could remember what episode that was so I could go back and be like,
I'm pretty sure we could find it now.
I don't remember what episode it was.
It was 2 years ago. It wasn't last year. I know that.
It was the year before that, yeah.
So it had to be 2 years ago. So start there.
Probably low 200s, maybe mid.
Probably.
I'm gonna have to do some investigating.
Anyways, is there anything else you boys want to discuss? If not, I'll bring in the doppelganger Kangabanga.
I want to hear what he's got to
Yes,
say
sir.
for sure.
Steve says Species 2, yay or nay. I haven't seen it, bud, so I don't know. I can't
I
answer.
like I said,
movie.
I started
I
watching
watched it
and
once and I thought it was stupid.
I like,
like
the
I
it.
did
second
not
beginning?
like it.
I mean, Tubi started playing it for me right away, so I was.
It wanted to
watched,
go
like, the
to like,
first
nope,
5
don't have
minutes.
time for that.
I watched like the first 5 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, they're on a space station." Okay, and that's all I got. So,
There's
All right.
a lot more that happens in it. But anyway,
is there more titties or the same amount of titties in that?
Brody
movie?
said it before.
I think there's
Last-
more.
Take the
Is there more?
I thought there's more.
take the horniness of this movie and
Well,
Yeah, bro-
I know in the scene that I saw, they have her strapped in like some chair or something, and she's completely butt ass naked, but you don't see her titties because there's straps covering her titties.
I almost want to say there's a scene where he has a kind of a threesome with a mother-daughter or something.
We're
In
watching
segment.
Species 2.
more eggs in that movie. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
Oh, well, maybe I will watch that movie then. All right. Anyways, let's pull up Brody.
Howdy, folks. It's your King and Banging back for another episode of Gore, and this week I'm here to talk to you about Species. Now, Species.
He didn't give us the intro.
No intro?
He must have been a busy boy today.
He must have been. Damn.
This was a blast from the past. I used to watch this a fair bit as a kid. I do remember this film being a lot better than what it was back then, but after watching it tonight, you know, I could still somewhat appreciate it for what it was. It was just feeling like a very well polished B movie, if that makes any sense. I mean, you have a fantastic all-star cast in here that just helps deliver this film from start to finish. It's probably more so for the fact that gets me a little bit bummed about the movie is the fact that it's got some very intriguing ideas with this alien movie, and it feels like there's a lot happening as well. It feels like there's a lot just sort of thrown into the mix, and it's like a combination of like really cool ideas that sort of sometimes don't make sense here and there in certain spots, whether it's the characters talking about a certain situation or whether the film sort of plays out in that sense. I don't know if there's deleted scenes to sort of make up for these. What the fuck is that?
I was just wondering the same thing, Brody.
It's not like there's monkeys
Sorry
crawling all
about
over
that.
his
There's a
house.
goddamn fucking bird on the roof. Anywho, yeah, I mean, there's a lot happening in this movie. I don't know if there's any deleted scenes out there that sort of conjure up the sense of like explaining a little bit of things here and there. Like I guess it's throughout the editing. It sort of feels a little bit choppy throughout the storytelling in itself. That's why I say it's a very well polished B movie. It's a very straight narrative, you know, simple plot. But sometimes there's certain things that are happening. It just feels like we're just sort of cutting back and forth between the alien and these A-list celebrities doing their
that.
thing, and it's like I wanted more dialogue to maybe, you know, discuss about the certain situation that you're getting yourselves into. You know, just little things like that sort of like threw me out of the film in certain elements. I'm like, it feels like there should be more dialogue here and there. However, in saying that, I do love the practical effects in this film. I do think Norm Macabreer and the team did a very fantastic job to bringing that humanoid to life from the Geiger design. I actually enjoy the Geiger design. I love how he's able to really, you know, transfer himself from the Ridley Scott Alien films to this film, and, you know, in somewhat sort of keeping the elements of that biomechanical structure of this creature, but making with this film it feel more like a human. Like it's like a humanoid. We get to see it throughout the facial features, whatever it may be. So he's sort of, you can definitely tell it's a Geiger design when you see this creature, and to see Cabrera and the team bring it to life, I think it's fucking great. The CGI takes me out of this movie 110%. It's definitely dated for what it is, but yeah, anything else, the violence that we get in this movie, yeah, it's all fucking fantastic. Now, I do think the film does a very good job of heightening that fear and tension throughout, like the visual imagery, mainly probably more so due to the lighting of some scenes. You know, you can definitely tell it's a 90s film, and it's that 90s nostalgia element about it I actually love. And to add on top of the cinematography, I also think it works extremely well with the sound design, adding that extra layer and enhancing that, suspense and atmosphere throughout that fear and tension, and to see it all play out. Like, it's that 90s nostalgia element about it that works very much for me. And I like how this film does a really weird scenario, a bit of a catch-22. It's like you can't help feel sorry for the kid, but by the time it's an adult, it's actually like trying to rape people and you just want to kill it. And it's a scary thing to see, that disturbing element about of like this kid evolving into something that it's very unaware of, and it's scared, and you're like, oh my god, like you just feel sorry for it. And then when you see Cocoon and then it transforms into an adult, you're like, holy fuck, burn it with fire. But then it's this really hot chick, and you're like, holy Santa Claus shit, just like smoking as fuck. Like, so it does a really good job of like grabbing you by the balls, but then saying, hang on a minute, you start to question your own morals here, and you're like, would I tap that?
Yes, you would.
You goddamn right, I fucking would.
Oh yeah.
But before I go, I will just quickly say that I do think the sequel is better. Chad, I know what you're trying to say, and it's fucking. I'm not listening, mate. The sequel's better. The sequel's
I gotta
better,
really
mate.
watch the sequel, I guess, now.
Anywho, is your DKB giving it a Gore score of a? I'm going to give it a 3.8. I
Sounds
still
all
enjoy
right.
it after all this
Okay,
time.
all
It's the CGI that mainly takes me out of this, and certain plot points here and there. But overall, I still think it's a fun movie to watch. But in saying that, I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this film, and I'll catch you mother lickers next week. And cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers,
The sequel's
sir.
better, Chad.
Cheers, brother.
I love how you had to throw it in there. That's awesome. All right. Well, let's get that out of there. Thank you, Mr. Kane. Started off with a 3.8. That sounds about right. Is there anything else left to discuss? If not, I'm gonna hand it over to Chad Daddy.
I want to hear what he's got behind these cheeks or
All
these
right.
memories. I mean, these scenes.
Whoa!
You want cheeks or memories?
Yo, do you think she would have freaked out if Doc Ock tried going for Doggy? I'm just saying, man. Like she, I don't know.
She might be down with that.
Yeah, but like while they were banging, her like spikes were coming out. So imagine if like he was, he was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Just grab
Gives her
on.
something to grab onto.
Or if it's one of those things where you're just like, looks past it for the moment. Chad Daddy, what do we got behind the scenes?
All right, so 1 second.
Do do do
I'll be right back
do
anyway.
do cha cha cha.
Okay. My son was screaming a little bit ago, so I have no idea what his problem is.
You're good.
Anyway, Michael Madsen once claimed this was one of the few movies he'd done that he was proud of, but referred to the film's sequel as lousy and admitted he only did it for a paycheck. Suck it, Brody.
Ooh.
You know what though? I fully, I do not mind when actors or actresses say that straight up and they don't lie. Yeah, no shit. Right? It's a job. That's their job. That's what they want to do. That's what they're good for. So
Yeah, I mean, none of us really love what we do. We do it because it's a paycheck.
yeah, 100%. If I didn't have to go to work, I wouldn't.
Absolutely. During the production, MGM opted not to shoot the Nightmare Train sequence to keep costs down. Excuse me. H.R. Giger was not willing to accept that, however, so he spent $100,000 of his own money to finance the sequence.
Oh wow.
Oh, where like she is the train, like, or the train is the faces. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all right. It was a cool scene, but goddamn.
I feel like it could have been done a lot better.
Yeah.
It was kind of
Dude,
cheesy.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like seeing a remake of this would actually be pretty dope, I think.
I was going to get to that later. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Frank Welker, who provided Sill's alien sound effects, said it was one of the most strenuous on his vocal cords with the various types of screaming and screeching sounds he was asked to create, but he had a lot of fun regardless.
Good old Frank Welker. If you don't know who that man is, he is the voice talent behind pretty much any animal you hear in any movie from like 1970 something and up. They're like, and once you could hear his pitch and stuff, you know it's him, like instantaneously. You're just like, yeah.
I like how you go straight to animal noises, and I'm like, Megatron.
Megatron.
Well, personally, I would have went to Slimer. That's my go-to. So
Not my go-to, still Megatron.
that's fair. I didn't he also do Ray? He might have did Ray too, actually, now I'm thinking about it. I think he did Ray inside. I have to look that up. Anyways.
You might be right. Michael Madsen signed on immediately at the chance to play a heroic role for a change.
Nice.
Director Roger Donaldson said in an interview for Starlog magazine in August of '95 that the first cut of the film the editor put together was 2 hours and 7 minutes long and had a different ending action sequence and battle with Sill. A few shots from the original ending can be seen in the theatrical trailer.
I don't know shit.
I'm gonna go watch that trailer. I want to see what's changed.
In the commentary, Michael Madsen says Ben Kingsley was protective of his chair on set and didn't like anyone touching it. Kingsley said Madsen would purposely do things to it, including dumping garbage on it and hanging it from a crane.
Oh my god.
No shit. Damn, dude, he did. Okay, so random Frank Welker sidebar. He did way more voices in Ghostbusters than I knew. So he did do Ray, Slimer. He did Boogeyman. Fucking best character. Sandman, Stay Puft, and Mayor Lenny.
No shit.
Yeah, that dude's like, if you look at that dude's repertoire, just whoa.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got days to read. Jesus.
He's done a lot. H.R. Giger had envisioned more stages of Sill's transformation, but the film only employed the last one. Giger also envisioned Sill glowing with red-orange heat, getting brighter and hotter as she got angrier and felt more threatened. Like a Saiyan. Studio claimed such a thing would be impossible, and when Giger had test designs made to show it could be done, they still refused.
What?
Yeah, we almost got Super Saiyan Sill.
All right, man. There's no way that these motherfuckers did not watch Dragon Ball a little bit. I mean, dude, the Cell episodes would have definitely been way out before '95, right?
In Japan. We didn't get to
Yeah.
that until later.
No, in Japan. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's possible.
I think it was done in Japan by '95.
I think you're.
I'm
correct.
thinking they were doing GT almost by then.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because when did the game for GT came out? That was PS5 or that was PS1.
That was PS1.
Was that 95 though? Or was that? I thought that was 96. I have it. Anyways,
Hold on, now I'm gonna have to look that up.
what a terrible game that was too.
So GT aired on Fuji TV in Japan on February 7th, 1996.
All right, 96.
See?
Yeah.
So not far off.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
yeah, Z was definitely done by then.
All right.
Dark Horse published a 4-issue comic book adaptation written by Dennis Feldman, the film's writer, and drawn by John Foster. It was followed up by 2 alternate comic book continuations. The 4-issue Species Human Race by Dark Horse, featuring a male alien, and the one-shot special Species Offspring by Avatar Press, featuring Sill herself.
Interesting. You said there was a male version in the second
In the
one?
sequel. Yeah.
It's a male alien that's there's
So, like-
Eve, good alien, technically
So
to a degree. Bad alien is the guy. He was on the space station.
Yeah, he's an alien or a human astronaut that got infected with the alien DNA or something somehow. I don't exactly
Yeah.
remember.
So is he like a Preda alien with his dick? Like he's just going around like just.
Kinda, actually.
Yeah, dude, it's bad.
Well, I'm just thinking because like I doubt like if he's gonna impregnate somebody, they're just gonna have one kid. I feel like that's gonna be.
Oh
like-
no.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I feel
There's
like
eggs.
it's a multitude of- Oh, so it's like a Slither situation kind of a thing. Ooh.
Yeah.
Man, there's a movie I haven't watched in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to go back to that one.
Pierce Brosnan was offered a part in this movie, but declined due to scheduling conflicts with GoldenEye. He worked with Roger Donaldson on Dante's Peak, and Andrei Barkowiak was the cinematographer for both movies.
Oh shit. I wonder what Pierce Brosnan would have been in this movie.
Probably Michael Madsen, I would guess.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I can only see him.
Yeah.
Because this was right when he was doing Bond.
Fair. Dude, for some reason, the only other movie, like, I can't, I'd have to look at Michael Madsen's thing, but like, I can only think of him else in like Sin City that I've actually seen. I don't know if I've actually really seen him in a lot of movies.
You ever seen Kill Bill, Reservoir Dogs?
So I've only seen parts of Reservoir Dogs, and yes, I have seen Kill Bill. So now that you mentioned that, but I've never seen Kill Bill 2. So
You've never seen Kill Biller?
Really? Why didn't you finish this? You left yourself hanging?
yeah,
I never saw either of the Kill Bills. Honestly,
I loved Kill Bill.
I gotta watch it.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. I think I might have been preoccupied when it was on the TV. So, anyways,
Like preoccupied, like Scoobs was during a certain broadcast.
Preoccupied.
possibly.
Yeah.
Michelle Williams dislikes this movie due to the amount of bullying she received after it was released.
What? Damn.
Yeah, how much bullying?
she-
Jesus Christ.
Let's say, why was she bullied?
I don't know.
Damn you for being naked and seductive on screen. Huh? Yeah.
In August 95, a woman named Madeline Talento from Puerto Rico allegedly spotted a chupacabra, which supposedly had killed several animals in the last months. She later admitted she actually described Syl, the creature from this movie, and believed the events depicted were actually happening in her town.
I talked about that on the Chupacabra episode of Somewhat Supernatural.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which
Anything else,
episode was
kid?
that? You could. Oh, there's a lot. Schwarzenegger was briefly interested in the script, but it was clear that the budget wouldn't allow him.
I love Schwarzenegger, but this definitely would have not been the movie for
This
him.
was not the right project for him.
No.
Yeah,
This was
we get Conan
95.
and MK1 next week.
Not this was
Say what?
So we get Conan and MK1 next week.
Eraser was much better for him than this movie, clearly.
Yeah, I can give you that. Wasn't this the same time around Twins or not? Junior.
Junior, yeah, that was
Yeah.
this year.
What was the Schwarzenegger movie with the clone?
Sixth
Sixth
Day.
Day, 2000.
Day. I like
Yeah.
that movie.
That was solid.
never
Too.
seen
That's a
that one.
great movie.
That was a good one. Was it 2000? I thought
Yeah.
it was a little later than that for some reason.
Nah, because End of Days was 99. That was 2000.
Okay. No shit. And then he became governor after that, wasn't it?
2003.
So yeah, he took a little hiatus. Well, wait, when was T3? Wasn't that 03?
2003. After
Okay.
Terminator 3 came out, he was governor.
Yeah, no wonder why. Anyways, Chad Daddy.
H.R. Giger appropriated the Nightmare Train sequence from another of his projects at the time, Isobar, a sci-fi action thriller about an alien creature that wreaks havoc on a futuristic high-tech train. The film was to have starred Sylvester Stallone, Kim Basinger, Walter Matthau, and Jim Belushi, but never got made due to script problems and the financial failures of Carol Co. Pictures.
Damn. That'd have been an interesting movie.
Mm-hmm.
Stallone and Belushi. I'm assuming it would have been like a buddy kind of thing. Or he would have been like Belushi would have been the sidekick style character.
Maybe.
Probably.
That's just
Anyway.
like us.
Sir Ben Kingsley, Forrest Whitaker, Alfred Molina, and Michelle Williams have starred in Marvel comic book films. Molina starred in Spider-Man 2, Kingsley starred in Iron Man 3, Whitaker starred in Black Panther, and Williams starred in Venom.
Nice.
Also, Sir Ben Kingsley, Alfred Molina, Marg Helgenberger, and Michelle Williams have been in Steven Spielberg films. Kingsley was in Schindler's List, Molina was in Raiders of the Lost Ark, Helgenberger was in Always, and Williams was in The Fabelmans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I've seen Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know any of those other ones at the end besides Indiana Jones. So we're cinephiles,
same.
but for horror, not for
Same. That's the only I've seen of those. Yeah. The original effects-only version of the Sill's nightmare scene, where she dreams of herself in her alien form mating with a male alien, was 20 minutes long and was much more detailed and graphic. H.R. Giger, who designed some of the effects for the movie, loved the original uncut version of the scene and hated that it was only a few seconds long and poorly edited. Giger also came up with the idea of killing Sill by blowing her head off, since he thought that her original death, where she gets burned alive with a flamethrower, was weak. Giger had some other suggestions for the ending, one of which included a much bigger and more action-packed ending in a drive-in theater showing Ridley Scott's Alien, a movie on which Giger also worked. In that ending, the military fought Sill with helicopters, and Laura eventually killed Sill by blowing her head off with a rocket launcher. After she gets killed, Sill's baby crawled out of her but also died, either by explosion or by being beaten to death by one of the soldiers.
I want that.
what's
in.
that ending?
Damn,
I
I want
want
to see
that
that.
fucking
Yeah.
That fucking seems awesome.
Yeah, where the fuck was that ending?
Some random soldier comes over and curb stomps a baby.
Just fucking curb stomping the fucking.
Bam.
Damn,
That's I
dude.
want to see. Fuck that alien kid.
Shit.
Oh,
Bring it back to the director's cut.
That's crazy.
For the scene in which Sill is born from the cocoon, the train set was built upside down. Natasha Henstridge, totally naked and covered in KY jelly, was pushed through the cocoon, and the shot was flipped upside down afterwards to achieve the effect of her falling out.
And may I say, that is how I want her under my Christmas tree.
Naked and covered in KY jelly.
She needs to come out of that sack, like that sack thing off the wall, just like that.
That's fine.
I wonder how she looks today. Does anybody know what she looks like today? Oh, she's still
I
pretty.
will look right now.
I'll
I'll
pull
say
it
it.
up right now.
Alfred Molina recalled that Natasha Henstridge was nervous on the day of filming their sex scene since she had never acted in one before. Molina lightened the mood by telling her that it was a first for him too, since his only previous sex scene was with a man in Prick Up Your Ears.
She's still hot.
Yeah,
You can tell she's
still
older.
looking good.
You can tell she's older, but she's still fucking smoking hot.
Yeah. Scoobs is not wrong.
Sill and Robbie's fatal kiss was originally far more gruesome, with Sill's tongue shooting down Robbie's throat and using sharp barbs like a fishhook to rip his internal organs out of his body through his mouth. H.R. Giger recycled the horrific death from an abandoned concept from Alien 3, in which the alien would kill a prisoner with a kiss of death. Ultimately, the studio rejected the idea to avoid an X rating.
Fuck you. Put that shit in.
That sounds awesome.
I want to
X
see it
rating.
go all the way down his throat and
Come
out
out his
his
butthole.
butthole,
Yeah.
and then out with all the intestines and shit.
Right. Then it's got a barb out like this.
Yeah.
You're like, oh God.
And then
the
just
full-
whack.
Yep. Ooh.
That would be great.
Fitch's comment that they made Sill female to be more docile is an in-joke that reveals his ignorance. In many predatory species, the female is far more aggressive.
I laughed my ass off at that line because I
Yeah.
was like, man, especially in this day and age, whoo. Like, it's like, nah, man, you don't piss off fucking horny women.
Well, not even that. Look at like lion prides and shit.
Yeah.
The females are the fucking boss.
Yeah, they're the hunters.
Yeah.
The dude just sits there. He's like, yep. Look at my harem just killing.
A deleted scene that was cut would be the team using a computer simulation to see how fast it would take for the effects of Sill mating and then that progeny also mating. As they watch in horror, dots of red flash across the world, then turn into a wave until within a decade the human race is extinct.
It's the thing, man.
Which I don't.
Yeah, that's
I wonder about that because if they're mating with humans and those offspring are mating with humans and so on, wouldn't the alien DNA get diluted down through the?
Yeah, but maybe that's something with the code that they sent him where, like, you know what I mean? Like that code genetic would always be stronger.
Maybe.
I don't know.
that's potential.
I mean, at the end of the day, let us all become bugs, dude. Just like the werewolf situation. I feel like
Yeah, fuck it.
it's just gonna solve itself. And then
Just go
everybody's gonna
for
have
it.
crazy, weird. But it's like, if she's doing other bug dudes, is it gonna be like a praying mantis situation where it's like you're gonna get fucked regardless? Like your head's gonna get bit off?
We don't know.
Watch the second one and you'll find out.
Maybe.
And the third one and the fourth one.
There's a
Nah.
fourth one?
Those
Jesus
are straight to
Christ.
video.
It's called Awakening.
Actually, I think the fourth one was like straight to Sci-Fi Channel.
Ooh.
Same shit.
I read that part 3 is bad, really, really bad, but that part 4 was a little bit better than 3.
Really?
Three was
Ain't
pretty-
much.
I watched 3 once, and I'm like, I'm not watching this ever again.
Was 3 like Tremors 3? Where you're just like, we're gonna forget that part of the series.
I think so.
Is it
I
the
can
ass
see-
blasters of the species?
It is the ass blast. Fucking ass blast.
Makes a lot of sense.
That's right. Ass blasters.
I don't even remember if I finished the third one. The whole thing with the ass blasters was that cheesy to me.
It was so bad, dude. Remember? And then he was fighting the albino fucking graveloid that looked It looked about. Well, let me just say the CGI in this movie once again looked better in comparison to that.
Okay, H.R. Giger disliked the ending the screenwriters had created, feeling it was too similar to both Alien 3 and T2. He eventually convinced them to finish Syl by headshot and not with fire. Giger felt that flamethrowers were both too similar to Alien, and that with his intention of Syl to actually emit heat as a defense, fire would be completely ineffective.
You know what? He's not wrong.
Hmm.
And it did feel like aliens.
H.R. Giger designed Syl to be translucent, and a detailed animatronic was made showing assorted internal details. However, because of how the animatronic was lit and shot, and the fact the woman in suit and CGI versions of Syl could not be translucent, this detail is easily missed.
Oh,
That sucks. That would be
interesting.
cool.
That's also basically how he wanted to do the xenomorph in the first Alien.
Yeah, that's true. So that way you can do the skull thing. Yeah.
And finally, the main creature reaches physical maturity through a massive cocoon ensconced on a wall. The xenomorph, also famously designed by Giger, is revealed to reach maturity this very same way in Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
there you
like
go.
Steve said earlier, man. This should have been the baby or whatever you want to call it.
yeah, the
A hybrid.
hybrid. There you go.
Hybrid. There you go. Thank you. All righty. Thank you very much, Chad Daddy, for the
My
behind the
pleasure as
scenes.
always.
Boys, where did we watch this?
Tubi.
I watched it
Same.
on
On
Sling.
demand.
Where Scoops?
Sling.
Oh, all right.
They had it on MGM Plus on Sling. So
Nice. Douche of the film.
Ben Kingsley.
Ben
Yeah,
Kingsley.
100%, dude.
He was
I'm
a
going
cunt.
to rapey dude.
Ooh. good
Oh
choice
yeah,
as
he
well.
was bad too.
Yeah, but Ben Kingsley he's just ready to let half his team die.
He was, but I'm still going rapey dude because rape. Nah, not cool. Not cool.
Even if she is a bug lady.
Even if she is a bug lady, she has the right to say no.
Fucking A. Favorite kill?
Bathroom.
Yeah, the girl getting her
Ooh, I might
spine
go
ripped
there.
out through the
Yeah,
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 that was brutal.
That
It was
no,
it was
probably
it was
no.
quick, and you saw the shot as she did it real quick. I loved it.
Say that probably would have to take the best kill for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna agree. Fuck it. All right, that takes us to best scene. Squirrel drop.
That was totally random.
It was so stupid.
So
Nah, let's see.
it's
Best
kind of
scene.
it's kind of long and it's kind of two scenes put into one, but her setting up her scheme and then actually putting her scheme into play.
I'm gonna go.
Oh God, what is?
I'm gonna go on the train, dude. When we first see her, like when we actually see the cocoon and stuff, and she actually like we get that little jump scare of her reaching out, grabbing the lady.
I'm gonna go with what.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Go ahead. I was saying, I'm gonna go with when she does pull off her scheme, and they're all coming up the hill, and like a couple of them are like, nah, she can't be dead, and the rest, and like, she's dead, let's just go home. I like the uncertainty. I'm gonna go with that.
All right. And Chad did?
The scene where they're trying to grow the pure alien DNA and it just becomes this big black blob that's trying to kill them.
That was intense, dude.
That was.
You know what it looked like? It looked like that that fucking lake blob in Creepshow 2.
Yes.
Kind of. Yeah, kind of.
All right. I like it. That takes us to worst moment or scene.
CGI
alien baby.
Yes.
CGI in general, most of it.
I'm telling y'all, that fucking alien baby just irked me so goddamn much.
It did look pretty stupid.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I'm going to say Michael. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and it didn't even resemble Syl. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't look anything like her. It was like a completely different fucking creature.
Yeah. Oh, wait till you see the alien in Species 2, the male alien.
I was going to say, like, yeah, but we don't know what the male species of this thing would look like, though.
We shall refer to him as a malian.
Malian.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. I'm going to say Michael Madsen hopping on the car to get a better look with not standing up. It just pissed me off. There was no point to exert all that energy for nothing. All right. Did the opening scene hook you in?
Yes.
Soft yes.
I mean, it was kind of right in the lab. I mean, we kind of got right into it. Was there even an opening scene?
I'm saying yes because you had no idea what it was. So for me, yes.
We had opening text, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about the search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
I mean, I was into it, so
I'm gonna say soft yes because you boys were like, it's a horny movie, and then it opened up with a kid, and I was like, what the fuck?
You fucking perverts.
To be fair, I forgot it opened up with a child, so
I'm gonna give it a yes. What the hell?
All right. That takes us to the most attractive character.
So,
obviously, Natasha Henstridge.
Yeah, come on.
Yes.
Like, that's not even a
That's a given.
art.
You know what? Yeah. You know what SIL stands for, right? Sit in lap.
Oh.
Wow.
You know what? For the ladies, we'll say Doc Ock, probably. I don't know. Unless Michael Madsen's more your type.
He might be. He might be.
Yeah.
Or Forrest Whitaker.
Those are, yeah. I mean, those are three way different dudes. All right. That takes us to, did the score set the mood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It felt 90s actiony kind of.
Yeah.
Suspense. That takes us to best song.
I don't remember.
I mean, there were songs in the club, but I don't think it was anything like specific.
There's like some kind of techno beat or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give it to that. We'll give it.
I guess. Yeah.
Whatever.
Best song is the song from the Blade rave scene from 2 Still listen to that? All right.
Perfect.
Favorite character?
I'm going Forrest Whitaker's character.
Michael Madsen for me.
I'm gonna probably have to say Michael Madsen just because of how, like, the couple times he, like, isn't his last line in the movie something like "this motherfucker" or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah.
I think
I also just like how they gave, it's like literally he's the guy. It's like, you're here because we need you to kill it. The rest of us are here to be like, how does this work?
And you know what? Every good movie is like, I always like a good scientist movie or like team of scientists, and obviously you got to have like the one trained dude. Like, if you just made this more of a comedy, it would be Evolution, and then
yeah.
All right, that takes us to, was it scary?
No.
As a kid, it was. As an adult, no.
Really, it scared you as a kid?
Well, especially the scene where that thing was growing in the lab, like that. I was like, are they gonna get the fuck out of there? So, like, a little bit.
The scariest moment is when Doc Ock busted his nut, and then she was like, "Oh, I could feel the baby inside." You never want to hear that. You never want to hear that.
And he's just like, no, wait.
I'd be like, you know what? Let me get up and go get the milk real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, he's gonna be thirsty. Like you just saw the look in his eyes. Like it wasn't the fact that he was just like, oh, alien. It was just like, oh, crazy lady. You never want to hear that. All right. Does it hold up today? CGI aside, yes, I would say so.
Yeah.
I think it does with the CGI aside.
I don't know.
No,
It doesn't fully hold up for me.
fair enough. Hey,
It
that's
was
fine.
enjoyable, but it doesn't really hold up for me.
That's fair.
I liked it, but also I haven't really watched it a lot. I think this may be actually my second viewing fully. So, Bob, how'd you feel about it?
No, I said yes. CGI aside, I do.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That takes us to acting.
It was good.
It was pretty
I
decent.
think everybody did good for what they had to do. Yeah, I mean, it is a star cast. I can't say it isn't, but it was also,
It wasn't stellar, but it also wasn't like awful.
Yeah.
yeah.
It felt like a really good B movie.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
That is 100% fact.
That takes us to cinematography. It was all right. I mean, some of the dream sequences are fine. I feel like we got.
See, I hated the
much
dream
of them.
sequences. They were too.
No, I wish we didn't have
distorted.
I wish we didn't have as many of them. Like maybe just a snippet here or there, but I don't know. The rest of it, I mean, there wasn't anything like
It's
crazy.
nothing award winning, but
No.
No.
That takes us to premise. Premise?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say
Horny
absolutely.
alien chick,
Love the premise.
I know, man. We need more like alien movies come back. That was a 90s thing for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. Like, this movie, it's not necessarily even the same vein, but for some reason, this made me want to watch The Arrival. And I really like that one too. I don't know if you guys ever seen that.
I've never watched it.
Charlie Sheen one. It's pretty solid. It's not anywhere near like this, like, trying to be scary. I think it's just a decent sci-fi movie. All right. That takes us to, was the climax satisfying?
I want the original. I want the original.
Oh!
For her too, it was. Oh my God.
It was okay, but now that Chad Daddy told us what it could have been, that one sounded way better.
I'm gonna say no, because we got this weird setup with an alien rat that never pays off in any of the sequels.
Oh, the alien rat! I forgot about that.
And they never explained that in the second one.
Nope.
Woo!
Never brought up again.
We just got our freeze warning issued just right now.
For what? Oh,
freeze.
Oh,
yeah.
I was taking that as like, oh, did we do something bad on him?
No. For my city.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Okay,
We just got our freeze warning. I'm like, what the hell is that? It sounds bad.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, oh no. I'm like, what did we do? Did
we piss off this duck already?
Yeah, right. Fucking. I mean, I did say something about him earlier. All right, boys. Recycle, rewind, remake, reboot, or reshelf.
I'll rewind, but I do want more of what
I'm gonna rewind and remake.
I want to remake.
Yep.
I want remake.
All right, rewind, remake as well.
All right. And then that takes us to the rating, boys. Brody, start us off with a 3.8. Okay. So, Mr. Monet, what do you got for me, buddy?
I'm actually going to agree with Brody, a 3.8, because there's a lot I would change and such.
All right. Scubas.
I liked it, but I'm not going to go as high. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
3.5. Chad Daddy.
Throw me in that book too. 3.5 for me.
3.5. And I'm going to go a 3.5 as well because that's where it feels like it sits. Okay. Divide that shit by 5. That is a 3.6.
All right.
For 1995 Species. Chad Daddy, what are we covering next week, brother?
Next week is one of your picks there, Mr. Big Johnny D.
Is it now?
It is Pandorum.
Ooh, I haven't watched that movie in a fucking minute.
I've never watched it.
Horror.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it. And the only thing I know about it is from when I was hard up into The Walking Dead and everybody was freaking out whether Daryl died or not. And people were leaking photos, supposed photos of the show, but it was just screenshots from Pandorum. So I'm excited for that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is okay, so this came out in 2009. We mentioned Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid's gonna be this. This is kind of a good follow-up of Species because it's another sci-fi movie, sci-fi horror movie kind of thing. So
hell yeah.
I've only seen it the one time, and I haven't seen it since 2009 when it came out. So, fuck yeah! And none of you guys have seen this?
Nope.
No.
Wow, that's kind of hard nowadays to pull one that a whole grouping of y'all haven't seen. All right, Brody, and Gene, have you guys seen it? If not, check it. Let's see, where can we find that motherfucker? Stars.
It was on Tubi.
It's on Philo, Tubi, Pluto. Yeah, so you can find it easy enough.
Nice.
Hell yeah. I also remember the mate. It was who was it? What was his name? Ben Foster. Oh yeah, that's the dude who played Angel in X-Men 3. He's like the main dude in it.
Oh yeah, and he was also in The Punisher.
He was, yes. Hell yeah, dude. All right. Oh, Gene says good film. Okay.
Excellent.
All right, that takes us to nerd news. If anybody's got anything, I'm good. I don't have shit. So
I have something. If you're a fan of the game Until Dawn,
Yes.
oh yes,
they dropped the trailer for the movie a few days ago. If you haven't sussed it out, the trailer the movie seems to have nothing to do with the game. Kind of.
Yeah, it is. They made different material.
It is. Okay, so in the game, you're fighting against Wendigos.
Yes.
Well, in one of the games.
Until Dawn's on the
There
one
too?
game. No, you
No,
don't
I'm
think
thinking of the other one of
because the Quarry was like it, but they had
Gore. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's right.
So this takes it in a different turn, where basically what happens is you see from the preview that these kids come to this cabin, and it starts out as a slasher movie, and they all die, right? So then the clock resets, and they're all alive again, and they remember dying, and now every time they have to keep going through, and every time they all die, the clock resets. But every time the clock resets,
It's a different flick.
chased by something completely different.
It's like
So
Cabin in the Woods monster.
That's what I was saying. It's like Cabin in the Woods. It's like you have that whole whiteboard of all the different monsters. It's like somebody took it and like, all right,
Yeah.
half the movie's gonna be this. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be this.
that's
Like, everything's
that
different.
movie still gives me one of the biggest questions: who or what is Kevin?
Yes.
Kevin is the intention is Kevin is Elijah Wood's character from Sin City.
That's Kevin. I'm not gonna lie. In my head, I always thought it'd be funny if it was like Kevin McAllister.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
that would have been
They're
better.
just gonna send in a
like I
little kid with a BB gun and shit.
But I was saying it does kind of adapt Until Dawn, sort of, because one of the monsters it shows is the Wendigo.
It's the Wendigo, yeah.
Okay.
And there was a
It's
lot
like
of
the very last
people
shot.
pissed off and bitching and complaining that, oh, that's not how it is in the game, this and that. I dig it because they're not just giving us the game, but which would be hard to do on film anyways, because of the way that the game plays out and the way that there's so many different endings for the game. So I'm cool with this. Everybody died.
I have never made it to the game with everybody living.
I did it.
I've done it too.
First
Never
try.
played it. Never even played
It's a good fucking game.
It's fun.
But you know something? And
Yeah, but
Steve,
here's
I
the
will
thing,
agree.
is
It
it
would be
play
hard
like
to do as a
the
movie, but the game is already like a
true.
movie that would be
Yeah.
better than if they tried to do
It's
it.
very much like you're just playing a movie.
But then again,
if
too,
if it plays like the Quarry, I can't do it.
It does.
I don't
It
have
plays like The Quarry.
I have not,
Exactly like
I
it.
do not have the patience for that shit.
but the
I'm
thing
like,
is,
nope.
even though it does play well out, or it plays out like a movie while you're playing the game, the reason I say it would be hard to adapt into a movie is everybody gets different endings. So, like Daddy said, he's never made it through with everybody surviving. I have the ending where everybody survived, and then I never played it again. So I don't know what the other endings are because I've never played it that way. You know,
So give us the clue treatment, dude. Give us like 3 different endings. It could be this. All right. Well, that comes out what, April? I think it was slated for. I thought I saw. Was it April next year? Maybe.
I don't know.
No, it's this year.
Is it this year?
But yeah, I like the concept for it, so I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I mean, I'm down for any horror movie, so whatever.
I agree.
I feel like it's gonna be a fun popcorn flick.
I'm hoping it's very much like Cabin in the Woods.
Like, I don't want it to take itself too serious,
but I also don't want it to be too light.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't think Cabin in the Woods was like. I thought that took itself serious enough for as funny as it was too. So
I want it to be a happy medium where, oh yeah, it's got this, but there is some dark shit going on.
I think I'm gonna pop that in as soon as we're done here.
fair enough. Species
Nice.
2, right?
Fuck. Damn it. I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
Species.
Ah,
I have to watch it. I have to fucking watch it.
Anything else, nerdy boys?
That's
I
all I
have
got.
nothing, honestly.
Switch 2 was announced this week.
Oh yeah.
And its new sleeker design.
Bigger.
No specs though yet. Yeah, nice bigger Joy-Cons. No slide. Now it's magnetic.
Yeah, it just
hookup
plugs
and
in. I
shit.
love that.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's cool.
Everybody's speculating that you can use the Joy-Cons as a mouse potentially now. They do show it kind of doing some weird shit in the
Oh, is that
trailer.
what they were implying with that? I wasn't sure what
That's what the theory is. I don't know why you would need to do that, but maybe for online purposes, if you're going to be using a web browser, I don't fucking know, dude.
Mm.
Unless they're bringing back like Mario Paint or some shit, you know what I mean? With the fucking, hey, whatever. I'm sure my dumbass will buy one. Not that I don't
Yeah,
have enough
I think
fucking switches as it is, but
Probably.
Don't even get me started on that.
I mean, I got 4 in my house, Chad. So I don't know if you're.
I got
Nah.
technically we have 5, but
There
one
you
has a
fucking
really,
go. You got-
one
yeah.
has a shattered screen, so it doesn't.
I mean, I only got one main one and 3 lights. So.
Oh, they're all full on switches
Oh shit! There you go. Fucking A, dude.
because Cameron and Chloe have one. Then me and the wife had one, and then she ended up winning that one, the OLED version.
That's right. Yeah. Fucking A, dude. Nice. Let's see. Was there
Now Harper
anything
needs
that-
one.
There you go. Switch 2. Give her one of your older ones and then get yourself a Switch 2.
I don't
Yeah, there
think
you
that would be fair, though. I don't know.
Hey,
Give her the OLED one. That's brand new. Fuck it.
I don't know. Steph really likes her OLED one.
No, well, fine.
Oh, and it is supposed to be almost fully backward compatible.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Like,
What I read was people were speculating that the ones that are like the Wii Sports, the fitness type games like that with peripherals that you have to use with it, they're thinking that those aren't going to be backward.
Oh, so you know what? I have that running one, but the Switch Sports just uses the Joy-Con, so that should be just fine.
Yeah, but it's like the fit ones is basically.
Dude, I love me some Switch Sports, man.
oh,
You put me on bowling, I'll be fucking there for hours. Just bowling against some Japanese kids. All right. Well, if there ain't nothing else to speak about, I'm gonna say we wrap this bitch up. Yeah. So Bob, go right ahead.
this is your killing machine, Bobby and Moan, saying we will see you next week for Pandorum. Have a good week, fuckers.
This is your host with the ghost of Prince of the Paranormal, the Duke of the Dead, Lord Scuba Copper, saying, see you next week, baby.
This is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, your Chad Daddy, way down yonder at your Hattahoochee. And I kind of stumbled that, but whatever. Saying, join us next week for Pandorum. And if you like Species, watch Species 2 and let us know what you thought of that. Because last I remembered, I didn't like it. And I don't know if I want to watch it again.
Fair enough. I feel like I should watch it, dude, because I'm intrigued now that Brody's.
I
giving
think I
such
might
high
now.
praise.
Like
So,
not tonight, because it's
No.
an hour till bedtime. But
Another
I got
night,
a feeling
yeah.
they do. And this is your Not So Mean Fluff Mess Supremes. Big Johnny D saying thank you once again, Gorehounds, for joining us for another fantastic episode of the Gore More podcast. Like the boys said earlier, next week, join us, watch Pandorum if you haven't, and that way you can bring in some discussion on yourself. That being said, you know where to find us: Facebook, YouTube. Find us on Podbean, Spotify, all that good shebang. And like, follow, share if you can, please. Thank you.
definitely.
And stay fresh cheese bags. That's all I
Tentacle
got.
titties.